Hi, this is Maginoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Disappointing. I think we can put everybody's speculation aside, and you do not have to worry that Convergence is a good title. So let's get on straight with the good, and I'm calling Sabrina issue number 2 the good book of the week. This was just a solid read, and for those of you who don't know, Archie has this horror line. They have the Afterlife with Archie, and then they have Sabrina. And this book is not for kids. There's witches, there's death, there's curses, and this is just nothing but a solid read. Now, in this issue here, basically, what's going on is there's this one witch who committed suicide because her boyfriend at the time pushed her aside for the love of a mortal woman. And this turned out to be Archie's father and future mom. Well, she mentioned she committed suicide by throwing herself into the lion's den, so to speak, and she gets eaten up by lions. And little did she know she was actually going to end up in hell on this plane of just misery and pain and whatnot. Well, she gets resurrected, and now she's looking for revenge. Now, the mom is kind of jacked up, so she just kind of leaves her. But once she finds out that she had the daughter, Sabrina, she sets her sights on her. And this, as you can see, is not your average book. I'm really, really enjoying it. And it is dark, and I mean, there's a little of lightheartedness to it. And then on the other flip side, it's dark and evil. So, highly, highly recommend it. Now, for the bad and disappointing, I think both of these books really deserve to go, if you excuse the language, on the Who Gives a Shit channel. Because Convergence number 2 was god-awful. I'm telling you, DC has really no clue of how to do these events any longer. To me, it's almost appears like somebody smacked Dan Dito on the head and it made him forget how to tell a tale, because this is just utter garbage. For the most part, the story is dealing with Earth 2, because nobody read Earth 2 and World's End. They have to waste a bunch of pages at the very beginning just to explain what happened to these heroes before they landed on this planet of battle. And we get a very short battle, but what's really stupid here is, Talos is this planet, I am this planet, but yet he gets beaten. If he's the planet, why is he getting beaten by anybody? It's like, he's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll just go away for the time being and let you stay. This is utter nonsense. This is what I just call, we got to put a little fight in here to make everybody happy. This guy's really powerful, but at the same time, we can't make him too powerful, so we'll just let the heroes win. And it really insults my intelligence in this case, because if this guy is so powerful to be able to basically snatch up worlds, put them into bottles, actually is this planet, this group of wannabe heroes should have been dealt with really quick and easy, but that's not the case. Well, from there, we also do get to see what is going on with some of the other not the battle worlds, but the other bottled cities, and which are usually 2-page spreads of fighting. But the key to this whole storyline is the fateful meeting between Thomas Wayne and Bruce. And this was probably one of the wasted opportunities I have seen in a comic book. It just made me just go, you really have no concept. I understand if you want to tell the story in another book or something like that, but you told it here first. And it's basically they see each other, they unmask, and we don't get to see what happens. There's so much that could have been said that I think fans would have wanted to see in a meetup like this. And DC just basically said, guys, F you, you're not worth it. I'm not telling you that tale. and I'd be like, I was pissed. You know, it's to me it was basically it looked like somebody who wrote this book, the person who wrote the story, and keep in mind, I don't mean just King, it's the editors and everybody else involved. It's like they didn't know what to do. And that it's like this was a golden opportunity to do something. This is like the Peter Parker, Ben Parker moment. And you just dropped the ball. And you the only thing that would have been redeeming about this book, you just pushed it aside and made it utterly unacceptable. The disappointment is this book right here. Uncanny X-Men. You can tell in the world of anime, this is what we call a filler episode. Because basically what's going on is Kitty and Magic, they go to the Monster Island to look for a new mutant that was recently went on the radar. The fight with the monsters is pretty much pointless. And this mutant, she's still too new to really figure out if she's going to be worth anything. But my guess is they're going to show her for a little bit. They'll try to fit her in. If they can't, we're never going to see her again. And this was just supposed to be this bonding moment between these two characters. And for me, it just was bad. The story was bad. The writing, the dialogue, everything about this whole thing just seemed fake. And when you top it off with really bad, top it off with a guy who can't draw faces, you know, like she's supposed to be hot, you know, and look at that, you know, that's just not happening. And I'm just like, I'm done with this book. I just, you know, I finished it, but I tuned out of it at the very end. I mean, at the end, there's a little bit of redemption for Magic, but beyond that, I'm like, you phoned this in, man. Bendis, you phoned it in. Anyways, that is my good, bad, disappointing. Let me know what you thought was your good, your bad, and disappointing for the week. I'll have some more reviews later. So until next time.